Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, Jackson.
Andrew, people have invaded our podcast space this week.
Yeah, we've got Jackson Parsons, goaltender for the Ottawa Senators, just signed an entry-level contract, but from last year, absolutely legendary season with the Rangers. And we've got Trent Swick, the forward on the first line for the Rangers last year. Both of them overagers. We're going to miss them so much, but absolutely legendary Rangers, and we're excited to have them here. Welcome, boys.
Yeah,
welcome to the AudPod.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Been a long time coming.
Had we known that, we would have had you on sooner.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We kind of were like, we want to just give you guys space. We didn't think in a million years that you guys would come on our little podcast. But then when Trent was kind of like, I have been waiting for this day, I was like, uh-oh, maybe there's some beef there. Maybe he's thinking I could have checked in throughout the season.
Well, then it seemed Trent like you got cold feet, and then you made sure that Jackson joined this podcast as well.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
right.
go anywhere with
You booked Jackson on this one.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Odd Pod, where we're talking Kitchener Rangers hockey with the oddballs themselves, Andrew and Justin. Take it away, fellas.
Speaking of which, you guys, most of Rangers Nation knows, you guys are really good friends off the ice, about as good as friends two teammates can be. We know that you were Billet brothers in, was it 2 years? The first 2 years?
It was our first year, just for 1 year.
First year. Okay, just the 1 year. Can you, just to get us off on a light foot, can you share any funny stories from that very first year of being kids, basically moving into a new home and, doing that together, not knowing each other and in this kind of like strange home and being, rookie Rangers?
I'll go first. I mean, it was awesome. Obviously, Ken and Christina, though, they were our first Billet family, and they were unbelievable. They were so welcoming, and it made a really easy transition for me, especially being from Ottawa. So I was really far away from home. And yeah, like for stories, we obviously went to school together, and I can't think of anything on the top of that. I know you have a couple stories. So.
I think Trent's armed and ready because Trent was the one who booked you on this podcast.
I don't really have any, I can't tell all the stories, but one that comes to mind was I was like the first person who was supposed to be in the house. Like it was like my billet house first. And then I got told by Michael Zolt, our assistant GM now, we need somewhere for this goalie to go. And I grew up with goalies being weird. Like they're the weirdest guys in the world. So I'm like, oh no. And then I search up Jackson Parsons, and it's like ukulele playing goaltender. I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be. He's such a weirdo. But then, after the first week, we're already best friends, and it was so much fun.
That's awesome.
Okay, ukulele. We got to hear more about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to redo the OddPod theme for us over the summer?
I hope you have one nearby. Are you going to whip it out here?
No. Yeah, no, I play a lot of instruments, and I mentioned that I played the ukulele, and that became the front page. So that's what Trent saw. And
the gotcha journalism.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of your Billet household, we have a friend of the pod, Sean Furfaro, and he did arm us with a photo that I'm going to show you right now. We're going to pop it into the clip or the podcast. If you're listening or you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it. But if you're listening on Spotify or any other platform, go on our social media and you will see this photo.
oh
right
my
here.
God.
So tell us a little bit about these outfits here. For the listener, they're wearing matching striped shirts as their Billet dad.
A funny story about that was actually my mom told me to text Jackson to wear that exact shirt, but I couldn't find it myself, so I don't think he would be able to find it. But my mom told me to wear that exact shirt, which is
Nice.
Love it.
like every Christmas we just had Billet family photos with them. And then after the first year, it was just me there, so kind of got lonely. But yeah, it was just such a funny photo. It's cool to see us grow up throughout the years and seeing Riley Damietti stayed at the house before, and they had all the photos of him throughout the years. It's just so cool.
When we were talking to Ando as well, we got into a bit of the Billet family conversation. It's just it sounds like the Billet families, especially in Kitchener, are so supportive of the players that end up staying with them, and then it seems like you build like lifelong relationships with these people. I'm going to jump to an assumption that you guys have the same relationship with your Billet family. Did you have multiples throughout your Kitchener time? Any good, like, long-lasting relationships?
No, 100%. So yeah, I was lucky enough to be a part of 3 Billet families, and they were all unbelievable for so many different ways. And actually, funny enough, my Billet house, they had a kid, Cal, who just turned 1 today. So shout out Cal. And no, they're such unbelievable people. And I mean, the Rangers do such a good job making sure that the families are welcoming, and there's never been any issues, and they're just such good people for sure.
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, we're going to pivot a little bit here. We're going to talk about the year that was. It was an incredible year, obviously. And a lot of pundits, we're talking about those gotcha journalism, had you guys in a rebuild year. And we're brand new to the OHL as fans. We were diehard NHL fans, but we wanted to get involved. And we both lived here in the Waterloo region. And we were like, okay, so this is probably just like a good year to just like start following because it's a rebuild year. This year was like literally anything but that, right? As 2 overagers on the squad, what was it like to hear that kind of chatter coming into the season? And did the coaching staff use any of that for motivation, or is that just like ignored?
We hung something up on the, like, you know how they do the preseason rankings for the OHL? Past 2 years, we were supposed to have like rebuild years. And we hung that up on the wall without the Kitchener Rangers on that list, which was kind of cool. Seeing that we made it to number 1 this year and had such a good year.
Awesome. Jackson, we saw last year, like I said, we're just fans, but we saw last year that there was just so much potential in your play. And Justin and I feel like we were early to the party that you were going to have a phenomenal year. Did your mindset over the summer change as like, this is my last year, like I really want to make it count?
100%. Like, I think obviously for me and Trent and Misseljevic, it was our last kick at the can. And I think that we all did a really good job preparing over the summer and doing a really good job even in season, taking care of the younger guys and leading by example. So I think that we did a really good job at that. And of course, there was a really big emphasis last summer, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're still building off it into this summer and the next one. And it's continuous for sure.
That's so cool. Both of you went through the Rangers for all five of your years in the OHL. How is it with these? You can tell us a little bit about that. That'd be awesome. But also tell us a little bit about some of these newer guys who are coming into the room. They're young. It's like you said you're examples and trying to be examples for these guys. What is that like when you've been there the whole time? Like what can you impart on them, and what wisdom can you give them?
Yeah, like there's so much skill in the room. Like I can't even say that people were learning from me. Like I thought I was learning more from like guys like Reeder and Romano, like Lamb. Like they have so much skill. So I'm like watching what they do with the puck, and it was so cool. But going through all those years and being the younger guy in the locker room and like knowing how nervous I was like around the older guys and wanting to be a part of the team, but I feel like I didn't have a voice when I was younger. I wanted to like me and Parsons, Misseljevic, like we wanted to involve the younger guys more and like have a tighter group. And I think we did a really good job of that this year. Like the bus, like it was like 07s, 08s were in the back of the bus playing cards, and like our first year that was unheard of. Like I never stepped foot in the back of the bus. Like I'm not saying that I was treated bad at all. Like my overage veterans when I was in my rookie year were great to me, and I just feel like we just did such a good job this year, and I hope that carries on throughout the years.
I mean that's a good way to set up some good future culture, some good locker room dynamics, is just making sure everybody feels welcome. That sounds awesome.
Absolutely. Trent, switching gears a little bit here, but still talking about each other's season this year. You mentioned in a recent interview at a development camp that Joel Ward, former NHLer, and of course your assistant coach in Vegas, had a speech, I think, about being passed on. And you said it resonated with you. Both Jackson and yourself dealt with injuries, dealt with being passed on in the draft, with basically similar trajectories to where you are now, which, I mean, both of you have entry-level contracts, which is unbelievable and is in itself is such an accomplishment. But what was it like having each other to lean on through these ups and downs and this similar trajectory, the similar path that you had to eventually both getting here? Both of you can weigh in on this, of course.
Yeah, it was tough, like not playing our first years. We thought we were better, and I feel like we both lost confidence in ourselves, and like we're nervous to play, nervous to make plays, but like being the people that we are and going back home and then playing FIFA all night was so much fun. Like it just felt like I was at home, like at Ken and Christina's and at our billets. Like it was so much fun. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Do you want to say something, Jackson?
No, I think it was awesome having Trent. Like you said, like we became brothers like a weekend. Like it was pretty instantaneous. And if one of us had a bad game or we both had a bad game, like we were there to kind of mess around with each other. And like it was hard to stay angry when we saw each other in the room or we drove home that night listening to Morgan Wallen or whatever. It was a lot of fun, and he's a huge part of my success, like without a doubt, for sure.
Yeah, me too. Because I didn't believe myself at all. Like after that first year, I was like, man, like I didn't get drafted. Like nothing's gonna happen. And then talking to Jackson, it's like you got another year. You have another year after that, and then you got another year after that. Like there's so many more opportunity. And me being a bigger guy, it's like hard to play at that level, being so skinny and weak, and then it just takes time. I was really weak. I was so skinny. I was like 6'5", 175 my first year. It was so bad.
Oh man, yeah,
Wow.
that's a beam.
Did you have a good like training montage now of like when after that first year into the second year, just like coming in bulked up?
Not at all.
Little Rocky
Not at all.
style?
I don't think that summer I did a single thing. I ate as much as I could that summer. It was so funny.
It worked. You got where you needed to be.
Yeah.
If you can, I mean, you're a forward and you're a goalie. Can you guys give us a little mini scouting report on each other? Like, what does the other player do that makes them tough to play against? And on top of that, if you have like a favorite highlight or favorite moment from each other's highlight reel, please indulge us.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go first. I'll let you think
no,
about
you
it,
start.
okay? No,
You
no,
start. I know
really do.
already.
Okay, so Jackson, he's just so hard to score on, like impossible. In practice, his work ethic's like unreal. Like he doesn't want any pucks going past him. Super fast. He has like that, have you guys ever played NHL? He has like the
Of course, yeah.
post to post.
Supposed to
He has
be,
that.
yeah.
He has that attribute.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's just really good at everything. And then the highlight is the one save that he made. Like our media got it from behind the net. It's like a one-handed grab, and then he's just looking at his glove. It's so cool. That's my favorite highlight.
Oh, well, thank you.
Your
Thanks.
turn.
Thanks for the glaze. Appreciate it. I think the highlight by far is against Erie, Game 5 at home, overtime winner, pumping up the crowds. That was awesome. It was basically an empty net though, so it would have been embarrassing.
It was very easy. Yeah.
No, I'm just messing. But no, Swicky is a pain in the ass to play against, and I'll say that. Like any time that he's standing in front of your net, you just can't see a thing, which is really frustrating. And he loves tipping the puck. He loves getting in your grill, even though he's very nice, but he still loves getting in your grill. Really hard release. Gates like the wind, even though he's 6'7". And a hard worker for sure.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's a lot of
I don't know how much you meant that last comment.
No, you are. You are.
Yeah, this season I was. This season.
Okay, we were.
Thank you, Jackson.
We can give you a moment too if you need it here.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
If you
It's all
guys
good.
need to pat yourselves down after all the glaze, as you said. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Jackson. During the reverse sweep, which we need to talk about, I want to kick us off here right into it. The Pridham penalty shot. We've talked about the Pridham penalty shot quite a few times on this podcast and with many people around town. There was a pretty intense back and forth with you and Pridham before he took that shot. What was the exchange? How were you helping him?
I mean, I told him what to do. Like, he came up to me, and I don't think I was really expecting him to come up to me. And he goes, "What should I do?" I was like, "Okay." Didn't he fake shot and then go low glove? It was that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the second period, right? I think I'm
Second
thinking about
period,
it.
and
Yeah.
it was to go up 3-0. I think it was.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I told him fake shot. He's gonna drop and then go past him low glove. And then I don't look at penalty shots, so I was turned around. I was facing the glass, And then I just heard the buzzer go. I was like, okay, we scored. And then he came barreling down to me to celebrate.
Yes.
And I was like, all right. No, it was awesome. I mean, Prince is such a talented player. Like he's unbelievable. So yeah, no, I was happy that he scored for sure.
Well, yeah,
I
we-
want to
we
add
know-
on to that as well. Sorry.
Yeah, please
Yeah, yeah.
do. Please do.
So the only reason, so I got that best penalty shot guy or whatever, the awards. The only reason I got it was Jackson. Like literally the only reason. I would just go to him before and he's like, I'm like, what should I do? But he watches I forgot to add on what else he's good at. He watches so much hockey and his hockey IQ is off the charts. Like it's insane. And he just knows what to do against every single goalie. It's crazy. Like if he was a goal scorer, he would have like 50 goals in the O. So like he just knows what to do. It's crazy. It just works every time. It's the
All right,
only
so
reason
Jackson-
I was good.
Jackson's just good at everything is
Yeah.
basically what you're
Ah,
saying.
well.
Yeah.
Pretty
He
much.
said it,
pretty
not
much.
me.
Do you need a fresh
Not the
towel
ukulele.
for later?
Awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, we're already on that subject. We kind of heard through the grapevine, and then there was a press conference that Pridham's not going to BU, and realistically, if he's not a Chicago Blackhawk this year, he'll be back in Kitchener. What does that mean for the Kitchener Rangers this year and their fans?
Oh, it's unbelievable. That guy is, I think he's going to be the top overager in the league, and I don't even think it's going to be close, honestly. Like, he is so skilled, so talented, and he's just going to get better. Like, obviously, we saw the confidence that he had in his first year in the OHL, and that's not an easy jump to make, even as a 19-year-old. No, he's unbelievable, and he's only going to get better. So I'm really excited to follow how we do this year for sure.
Yeah.
What was that like with him coming in? He didn't even start he didn't do training camp with you guys. He didn't do any of the early preseason stuff. Like, what was that like with him coming in partway through the season? Like, how
Yeah.
did you guys incorporate him?
And Humphreys as well, and
Yeah,
like
and
like there
Humphreys.
was there was numerous guys who came in, right? Like Hayden Ellis, they just popped up, and we're not a breaking news podcast, so we were just like, oh, a new guy, you know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
turns out they were all so important, right? So what was that like?
I just think we had such a good room of guys that they could be themselves. Like, obviously, they're going to be quiet at first. It's hard coming to a new team. Everyone's friends on the team, and you're just feel like the odd guy out. But like, I feel like we just had such a good group of guys that after the first week, they were just themselves, and they were already like chirping back at guys. It was pretty cool. And themselves being great guys, they were like, everyone was just great.
It's good. We'll make sure to highlight that in the audio package so that they hear that too.
All right, well, Trent, you signed your ELC in March with Vegas, so it was kind of like middle of the year. What was that like? Was that ongoing? Did you know that was ongoing? To be honest, I'm an Oilers fan. Justin's a Flames fan. So we're a little sad when you got drafted. Not for you,
No.
for us. We'll be rooting for you no matter what. But Vegas always seems to be like looking for an advantage. I say that they run their team the way that like I run my team on Shell. Like it's just like looking for every advantage, and I admire it. So what's it like having two camps in Vegas now, and what was it like leading up to your deal?
Yeah, I learned so much. Like, I feel like I wasn't dumb, but like when I was at the camps, I felt dumb. Like I didn't know anything about hockey. I learned so much. Like it was like I was in JK learning hockey. Like it was crazy. But I'm obviously so happy for myself and to be able to get that deal and get it done. And it's what I wanted to do since I got to Kitchener, and it finally happened this year, which is so cool.
Can I just stop in for 2 seconds?
Always.
Trent likes to downplay his intelligence a lot to be funny. He's just a humble kid. He's smart, and he's always been good at hockey, but he likes to say that he sucked and he didn't know anything. I just wanted to clarify.
Oh,
Oh, good to know. Okay, great.
thank you.
You're like each other's publicists because
Yeah,
Trent
seriously.
picks you, and you're just like, you know what? No, this guy is he's smart. Yeah, love it.
Can you give us any? How was it being in? I know you just said it was what it was like on the ice. What was it like meeting some of the guys from the team and like the other prospects as well? And
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool making like friends in the OHL who were also like Vegas prospects and that. And then like it was crazy. Like I was riding the bike one day and then Eichel hops on the one beside me. I'm like, wow, like that's so cool. He didn't talk to me, but it's actually a funny story. So I was wearing these leg cuffs on my legs that like cuts off the blood circulation. So I couldn't even feel my legs. And I was riding the bike for 15 minutes. And I was like, he was 2 bikes over. And it was just me and him on the bikes. There's like 20 bikes. I go to hop off. I can't feel my legs. I fall and like I bang my chin off of like the other bike. It was so embarrassing. Like I like got up. I looked at him and we like both glanced eyes at each other. Oh my God. He was probably like, what is this kid doing here?
That's great.
That's
No,
hilarious.
that's so funny. Oh man. Okay. Jackson, you just signed an ELC. It was like huge news. I think all of us did like victory laps similar to the one you were doing around the Odd after all those first stars. With not only that, like with Ottawa of all teams, like how long was that in the works? And what was like the process like that? Being like an undrafted player, how is that different, for you? I mean, not that you'd know, but like you'd probably see what it's like with these other guys who are like, they're drafted, so they know who they're signing with more or less.
Yeah, it's completely different, honestly. Like you don't hear much, at least in my experience, when you're undrafted, you don't hear much from teams. It's a lot more like your agent and even like your teammates. At the end of the season, you're talking to Ando and Elliot, and they're like, "Oh, this I like you a lot." It's like, okay, like that's a good thing. But I mean, for me to sign an entry level with them and my hometown team, I can't even explain it. Like it is literally the coolest thing in the world. My parents couldn't believe it when I told them. Like it was the coolest thing in the world. And obviously things developed in the offseason. Like I didn't hear a word from them personally. And then just through Zoom interviews, their whole process, and then we got to contract negotiations and those kinds of things. And then once I got to camp, I was ready to go. So it's unbelievable.
And what was camp like for you?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of learning, like Trent said. Like anytime that you're at dev camp, it's an awesome eye opener to see how good the goalies are and the players are that are just your age, let alone in the NHL and the AHL. Lots of learning, obviously meeting some new staff, so that's a little bit different than Trent. No, there's such good people and such a good organization, so I'm really looking forward to the future with them.
And as Trent said, it sounds like you watch a lot of hockey, and so because of the Sens, I'm assuming you watch them all the time because you're a fan. So I'm assuming no goals got past you in dev camp because you already knew everybody's shooting patterns.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Not the prospects, unfortunately, but no, it's
the unknown
no.
quantities you couldn't stop, but everyone else like.
No. I'm just messing. But no, of course, I grew up watching games in Ottawa. Even I know that anytime that we're on Christmas break, I'm always trying to go out and watch a game. But I think the past 2 years they've been on the road when we're back home, which kind of sucks.
Sure.
But I think 3 years ago I was able to go to a game in December, and I think it was Carlson's return actually as well. It was pretty cool.
Cool.
That was back when he was with San Jose, so that was pretty sweet.
Awesome. Well, I mean, speaking of stopping pucks, you played an absolute ton of hockey last year. I'm going to be honest, man. A lot of people that know more than us about Rangers history are calling it the greatest single season goalie performance. Have you considered I know you're young, but you seem wise beyond your years. Have you considered, both of you actually, have you considered, Trent, you can weigh in on this as well. Have you considered what your year will mean to the Rangers and Rangers Nation in like 20 years when like 2 more random idiots just start a podcast and they start talking about you in the same vein as other Rangers greats?
I mean, thank you, first of all. Like, I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, if you told me that at the start of the season, or even now, like, it still hasn't fully sunk in for sure. And obviously, I was just going out there and trying to stop the puck. Like, I wasn't overcomplicating things. I wasn't looking at anything big picture. It was really just another game day and another mess around with Swicky. So it's literally how I took every single day. And it's unbelievable. And it's just the coolest thing in the world. Knowing the history behind Kitchener and the Rangers, like, it's unbelievable.
There's some pretty amazing goalies that you've followed up to in the Rangers history. Have you met any of the previous goalies or anything like that throughout your years here?
I haven't actually. One goalie that I have met was Jacob Ingham.
Oh.
We did a few skates together a couple of years back in Toronto. And he was an awesome guy and obviously a really good goalie. So
yeah, for sure. Awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, Trent, I just wanted to say, like, on the podcast, we would always mention last year that if Trent Swick's having a good game, if Trent Swick is having a Trent Swick game, the Rangers are going to win. It was simple as that. You were also voted most popular teammate, most player. What's it like to play like the entire year knowing that you're you're mentoring guys, but you're also a leader compared to like you said, you were like a rookie and you didn't work in the off season and you just tried to bulk up and now now according to Jackson, you're the hardest working player. And according to your teammates, you're the most well liked.
No, there's so many, like Jackson would have won the award if he didn't win 2 others. No, I'm joking. No, it was really cool winning that award. It just a lot of hard work paid off and being nice to some people I didn't want to be nice to, but no, I'm joking. I don't know why I keep on saying all these jokes. But
I was gonna say, I think you might just have to be a regular on the podcast, man, because you're just dropping spicy nuggets and it's provocative. It gets to keep
like
going.
spicy nuggets.
Yeah.
No, but I love the whole team, and it was really cool getting that award.
And when you got going with that top line building chemistry, how would you put yourself in position? Because we see a lot of times guys would lose you in their defensive zone, and a lot of times I'm watching it. I'm not a hockey player, and I'm watching it, and I'm thinking like, man, how are you losing to like the biggest guy on the ice? But you've got great hockey IQ because you just kind of sneak out there, and you'd be open. How is that going to translate to the next level, and where defenders are maybe a little bit more experienced?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot tougher, but like that's one thing that I actually learned at the dev camp that year before my OA year was use the net as like a screen to lose defenders and set picks and just like always be moving. And then once you lose them, don't let them find you. Like just be like backdoor or something like that. But playing with the 2 players that I played with, Humphreys and Pridham, they were just always wanted the puck on their stick and always dipsy-doodled around and did all that. So it made it so easy for me. I just sat in front of the net and just waited for a tip in or something like that, like a rebound and screening the goalie. So my job was really easy. So
are you going to let him downplay this?
Yeah, I know. Once again, Trent's acting like he does nothing. But nothing
no, I
new
do a lot. No one wants to stand in front of the net. No one wants to stand in front of the net and tip pucks when they can hit you, but it's just it just takes balls to do.
That's true.
The Trent has balls. That's
there you go. That's the clip. That's
yeah, there you go.
All right. I know we're getting close to the amount of time that we said that we'd have you on for, but there is some important business, Andrew, that we have to do before we leave.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as we were saying earlier, Jackson, you had one of the bigger years in Rangers history. The league took notice. The CHL took notice. They named you CHL Goalie of the Year, which we were saying in December, even though we weren't watching any of the other leagues, but we just knew in our hearts. So we have prepared a little something with Mr. Swick here. We're gonna throw it over to Mr. Swick.
Oh boy,
and, he's gonna take it away here.
Okay, so Jackson, today, Tuesday, July 15th, 2025, I, Trent Swick, proudly induct Jackson Parsons, goaltender for the Rangers, as the first ever member of the AudPod Hall of Fame, a true GROAT.
Thank you. Let's go. Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Do I get to do a speech now?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah,
take
if you
it
got
away.
a speech, it's all yours.
Well, I'm just going to freeball it. Well, I'd like to thank all my billets. I'd like to thank my teammates, of course, my coaches. Special thank you to Jordan DeCourt, who's obviously my goalie coach for the past 4 years. So he was unbelievable, and he was extremely important for me and my success this year. And obviously my family. Couldn't have been done without my family. So I appreciate that, guys. And thank you, Trent, for that. That was beautiful.
No problem. I was actually practicing before.
In the mirror.
I still had the look.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for
Thank you,
joining
guys,
us on
yeah.
the AudPod. We could have never dreamed of this, and I'm sorry, Trent, that we offended you by waiting so long to ask.
Not at all, no. I was just excited.
guys-
As soon as I saw Ando get on, I'm like, I'm waiting for the text.
Okay.
It was coming. It was coming.
Yeah.
We just like to play a little cool. We like to play it a little cool.
Yeah.
You're both off this year to a new level of hockey. Jackson, I assume there's a good chance you could be in Belleville this year. I think there's for sure an AudPod road trip. If that's in the cards, we'll have to come out and see you play. That jersey hung in the rafters there. I think there needs to be an AudPod Hall of Fame signature on that one for my little 1-year-old boy that I got. He's gonna need that one day. So
100%.
we'll have to link up for that. And Trent, you're gonna be down potentially in Henderson. Is that where we're?
Yeah.
So that's more or less Vegas. It's like less commercial Vegas. You guys got to be excited about moving on to this level. We're wishing you all the best. We're in your corner forever. We're only 1 year into this podcast, but you guys are welcome to come on this podcast absolutely anytime. If you want to check in with us, we would be over the moon. But also go away and focus on what you got to do and make it happen so that we can see you at the highest level like we know you can.
Awesome.
very
Thank you
much.
guys. Thank you guys very much, and thank you guys for everything that you guys do for Rangers and the Ranger fans, and letting us show off our goofy personalities. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you very
We're
much for
cheering
this.
you.
There you go, Justin.
I mean, that I'm sure everyone can tell that I was like a little nervous because I was so excited to have, well, specifically Jackson Parsons on the podcast.
I know.
I was
know.
like really trying to not fangirl the whole time.
Yeah, I think people are gonna feel the fangirling that was coming out there. If you're not watching, Justin has a Jackson Parsons shirt on. Yeah, he's a diehard fan. I think he's an even bigger fan now, as we both are. And Trent Swick, man, Trent Swick is I don't want to say a loose cannon. You never know what he's gonna say, and I love that. He is like I said. I said to Swick before he left, I'm like, man, you can come on the podcast anytime because you're just dropping these little moments.
Okay, Trent, this is me planning 20 years down the road. In 20 years, when you're retiring, we're gonna have you on for a no holds barred, whatever you want to say.
Burn it to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. Tell us all the stories, because we got so many nuggets of potential stories.
Oh yeah. It was even before we hit record, there was some pretty good stuff that was mentioned to us that I think down the road, hopefully, we can keep making this like he said, he's a producer, man. He's got a producer brain. He was like, let's make it like a yearly thing, and it's like, okay, absolutely.
If you say so, I'll be here.
Yeah, right. That's we'll make it work somehow with our
For sure.
schedule.
So I mean, we didn't expect to be here this summer at all, but now we keep having guests on the show. So there's this episode. There's a couple more in the hopper. So thanks for listening, Andrew. If you want to follow us on the social medias, how do you do that?
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at the Odd Podcast. And you can also find us on YouTube, the Odd Podcast Kitchener Rangers. Just type us in the search bar. We'll come up.
We gotta thank. I'm throwing this out here early, just in case. We gotta thank Tim Uniac, who I hope we don't need for this episode, but
I don't think we'll need him.
Our audio
as
engineer
much.
extraordinaire, much.
Yeah.
Maybe a little tweak here and there, but
I was gonna say, you're listening to this. That means he probably did something on this episode. So
So thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you to Ken Bourne, our director of branding and marketing.
Papa Bourne, thank you.
Thank you to the prodigal producer Liam,
The Phenom,
who gave us some pretty great feedback after the Ando episode. Also just fell in love with Ando. So that's a whole other level there for
easy to
Liam.
do.
Yeah, easy
to do
for sure. Us too. I mean, we were in love with him already because we did an episode called "We're in Love with Ando," I think, at some point.
Okay, you said you only had eyes for Ando.
Only eyes for Ando.
All right.
I looped you in. That was just an AudPod moment.
I just gave him a nickname. Or did I? Maybe you'll find out on a future episode of the AudPod.
So much for no gotcha journalism. And do I say anything else? No. And as always, you can find us at
the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
See you at the Odd.
Not Justin's most confident episode.
No.